Sexual health supplements and foods. We don't really talk about it much, but sexual health supplements and foods are something that you should definitely not be compromising on. We are born craving sex, and it is a basic human instinct. So for something that is so innate to your nature, it is good to have a body well prepared for it. Here is our take on sexual health and what you need to be doing to maintain that libido and have the best and healthiest sex of your life. The science of sexual health. It is not just a load of emotions that you need to feel in order to be a sexually healthy person. There is a whole science involved in sexual well-being, and we're here to break it down for you. A detailed study of neuroscience and general human anatomy reveals how chemicals in your head and general bodily nutrients combine together to form the greatest sexual experiences. It must be understood that all of your body functions are at work when you feel aroused. Your brain is continuously churning the right of signals, your hormones are at work making you feel the arousal, and even no sexual components of your body like your blood are hard at work. What is libido? Libido is the fancy word for your sex drive. It is everything you feel that makes you want to go down the O road. It also amounts to the sexual desire you feel. It can be affected by a number of influential factors. They may be emotional, physiological, biological, environmental, or food that you put in your body. Components of a general diet for sexual health. A few components required in a healthy diet for a good sex life are as follows. Zinc is great for an improved blood flow. Quercetin improves the flow of blood and circulation. Phenylethylamine and serotonin are responsible for general happiness and excitement. L-arginine and L-citrulline are amino acids that help to dilate the blood vessels by producing nitric dioxide. Vitamins and minerals are good stamina and improved moods. Sexual health supplements and foods. Out of the array of foods available, here are a few that will specifically target your sexual well-being. Number 1. Oysters. The aphrodisiac properties of oysters are not hidden from the world. It is known as the secret shell from the sea that will give you some amazing sexual benefits. Your body is in dire need of the zinc element to perform its sexual function in a super accurate manner. Oysters are really rich in zinc and help the male fertility a whole lot. It helps with the maintenance of testosterone levels and regulates them. Shellfish in general is also an excellent source of zinc, and if you're not into mollusks, you can go for crab or lobster too. Moreover, other sources of zinc can be beef, pork, baked beans, and pumpkin seeds. Number 2. Apples. You don't really think of apples when you think of aphrodisiacs, but you will be amazed. Apples are rich in quercetin, which promotes blood circulation, and you know how blood circulation assists in sexual processes? Moreover, this compound is miraculous when it comes to the treatment of erectile dysfunction. Higher blood pressure can also damage the vessels and in turn result in sexual dysfunction. Higher fruit intake is also associated with lower blood pressure, which can be beneficial for us in the long run by helping us keep the dysfunction at bay. Number 3. Chocolate. Chocolate is as sensual as it gets. It is heavily loaded with chemicals like phenylethylamine and serotonin, which are known to be mild sexual stimulants. Chocolate not only acts as a mild stimulant, but it basically acts as a vehicle for both sensual and visual pleasure. Consumption of chocolate can really make you feel good about yourself. The feeling can almost become euphoric. The very melting of the chocolate in your mouth has an aphrodisiac effect on its own. Number 4. Nuts and seeds. Nuts and seeds are super healthy for you in general, but they improve sexual health and work as excellent natural sexual health supplements. You must be sure by now how zinc is your absolute best friend when it comes to sexual health. Well, nuts and seeds are packed full of zinc and other compounds like L-arginine that help your blood flow to all the right places. Regular consumption of nuts helps increase your libido by a landslide and also helps with the quality of your orgasms. Nuts and seeds help increase your sexual function in general, which is healthier for your body in the long term. Number 5. Meat. Eating meat is pretty much the greatest part of any meal anyway, and then when you find out it helps increase your blood flow because of its chemical composition, it is just the cherry on top. Certain types of meats, not all of them, contain a few compounds like L-arginine and carnitine that help your blood flow smoother, better, and faster towards all the right places. Certain types of meats are even used medicinally to treat mild forms of erectile dysfunction as well. You should, however, keep in mind that too much meat is not good for your heart, and you might have to strike the right kind of balance when opting for meats. Number 6. Salmon. Fish in general is one of the healthiest forms of protein you can feed your body, and even fish-driven oil is considered one of the very best of its kind. It is all about the pink-fleshed fish when it comes to keeping your body healthy and your sex life really vibrant. Fish are rich in omega-3 fatty acids that have the greatest impacts on heart health and, in turn, work on your sexual productivity and stamina. There's also some amount of zinc in salmon and other types of fish that is essentially very helpful. Number 7. Beets. Beets are red. Red is the color of passion. And what's better than a vegetable that looks like part of it plays in your life? Beetroots are generally rich in vitamins and minerals, but even more so, they are rich in dietary nitrates. Dietary nitrates are an absolute necessity when it comes to a good sex life. They're really good for vessel dilation called vasodilation, and they help increase the blood flow while boosting your sex drive all the same. Taking beetroots regularly can also improve the stamina a lot because they help with high-intensity exercise with little rest in between. Beets would specifically be good for people with blood pressure or hypertension. Number 8. Red wine. Red wine too has quercetin, the same compound found in apples that helps with blood flow. Over the course of the past decade, with many studies conducted, research has declared that women who regularly took red wine reported better sexual functions, like lubrication and a higher sexual desire. It must be noted, however, that over-drinking of alcohol does not lead to improved results, but rather slackens the whole development. That being said, it also works towards sexual dysfunction if we drink too much alcohol. Number 9. Herbs and roots. There are several herbs and roots that are known to miraculously improve sexual health by working as natural sexual health supplements and foods. Red ginseng. Ginseng is super helpful when it comes to improving your sex life. Red ginseng specifically helps you with libido and an improved sex life. Moreover, red ginseng is known to produce nitric oxide in the body that greatly helps with blood flow and circulation. Not only this, but it also gives your muscles some relaxation to help contract them better. Research supports the fact that instead of giving placebo drugs for erectile dysfunction, it is good to use red ginseng because it actually aids. More research is needed when it comes to the full benefits of red ginseng. In addition, it is generally well digested by us. However, it sometimes causes headaches and upsets the stomach in some cases also. Tribulus. Tribulus terrestris is the scientific name of a leafy plant. The roots of the fruit of this plant is very widely used in traditional Chinese medicine as well as Ayurvedic medicine. It is one of the most appreciated natural sports supplements that are available on the market. It is also well known for its help in sexual performance because it boosts the level of testosterone among men like no other. Taking in almost 750 milligrams of Tribulus terrestris leads to an increase in women's sexual pleasure by a landslide. Maca. In old medicine studies, maca is one of the very first roots used to treat infertility in women. It can be used to improve sex drive among both men and women. Maca is so popular that it is available in liquid extracted form, in capsules, and even as a powder. Maca is a natural aphrodisiac and may help men with erectile dysfunction as well. Sometimes maca is also used to treat the loss of libido that happens when you use antidepressants over longer periods of time. Fenugreek. Fenugreek is an aromatic herb that is often used in South Asian and African cooking. It is this really sweet and nutty smelling herb that is dried as well to sprinkle over foods. Fenugreek is quite well known for its effects on the male and female hormones. It works to produce more estrogen and testosterone in the human body, resulting in a healthier sexual appetite. Fenugreek is a great help when it comes to sexual arousal and sexual desire in both men and women as well. Saffron. Saffron is one of the most expensive ingredients in the world, next to things like caviar and truffles. It is not only popular for its rich color, but also its aromatic smell that is almost addictive. The traditional usage of saffron dates back ages and ages when it was used as a relaxant. Even today, saffron is linked to great extents with the help it lends when libido is decreased after using antidepressants for longer time periods. Studies also show that saffron is responsible for the improvement of erectile dysfunction in men and an increase in overall sexual productivity for both genders. The downside of poor sexual health. The very first effect of poor sexual health will be low self-esteem and a poor sense of self-worth. We associate our worth with our sexuality and a whole lot when that is taken away from us. We generally tend to feel really bad about ourselves. Secondly, a person going through a phase of poor sexual health is quite prone to depression and anxiety. It is a never-ending cycle. Bad libido gives you depression, which in turn gives you bad libido. Most sufferers of poor libido often tend to struggle with depression and anxiety as well. Sex is a healthy activity that regulates your bodily functions and keeps them in check. If you are struggling with libido, arousal, and sexual desire, it is highly likely that you have an underlying cause that remains unaddressed.